Hey, Titters. How you doing? It's a very good suggestion right there. Yours is still in there. It just cycles through along with the other things. I'm probably going to take the clacky drink sound out, though. Um, I would have done it today, but frankly, I've been rushing about trying to get things prepped. Hey there, RNG. How you doing? Oh, thank you very much for the follow, Cog Profit. Oh, Titters. Big hugs, friend. Just gonna... skip this track, because it's good track, but too much lead up. There we go. I'm okay. Thank you so much for the resub RNG. 11 fucking months, damn. Okay, I'm gonna get us started. Hello. It's been a little while since I've done one of these, hasn't it? What with everything that's been going off. So, before I get into what I'm actually going to be doing today, I want to do, I guess, like a little live review of this. Voice volume could come up a little bit. I will bring the microphone closer. How's that? Actually, I'm going to put her down because she's super fucking flimsy. So, where are my tweezers? Here we go. Okay, so this is Gumdrop. This is the miniature I was supposed to be painting today. She is a limited run miniature. Hey, Dammy, how you doing? From the Weird Miniatures Malifaux line. It was done specially for Gen Con last year. She's part of the Malifaux 1988 collection. Now, you may notice that she's got quite a lot of spindly bits, especially her legs. Now, these, her little roller skates, are partially attached to her legs as a single solid piece, and then you stick the other half of her roller skate on. Now, this is a plastic miniature. It came on a sprue. Both of her ankles broke whilst I was cutting her off the sprue, because that is a flimsy ass fucking connection. Hey, Spartan, how you doing? But that isn't the worst of it. That isn't the worst of it. See this hand here? That hand was a separate piece. There is no fucking reason that should have been a separate piece, but here we are. And removing that from the sprue, 2 of her fingers snapped off. And I spent half an hour very carefully with 2 pairs of tweezers gluing it back on. Thank you very much for the resub, Spartan. 3 months, that's fab. Thank you so much, friend. Hey, Mod Hale. Well, yeah, I had to, didn't I? How are you doing, friend? Yeah, she's a really flimsy miniature. She's been CAD-cammed. And I don't think when they split her pieces up for printing purposes, they really considered how easy it would be to assemble her. This is quite a common theme with Malifaux plastic miniatures, from what I know, and has been since they started using plastic. Now, I was going to prime her and paint her today. However, the paint that I've ordered to do her coat with, here's her coat. This was also 2 pieces, as you can tell. They don't fit together properly. The paint that I ordered for her coat is on back order at the moment. So I put a poll up earlier today and asked everybody if they could decide whether I should just paint the rest of her or do something else. And do something else won. So I present to you the Archivist. Hey there, Blue Spark, how you doing? Yeah, Blue Spark, they are the most fiddly, frustrating models to put together. And fellow hobbyist Elodie Cunningham pointed out to me that there's a lot of really, really iffy depictions in their game nowadays as well. Like, I played Malifaux first ed, and that was all I played. And all of the miniatures that I have no longer exist. And they've all been replaced by, like, really weird cheesecakey stuff. Oh, fucking hell, this was you, wasn't it, Tidders? You sod. Darkwing Duck. In answer to your question, Tidders, they have an entire faction that are goblins from the Bayou with very... Fuck you, Tidders. With very stereotypical Southern Bayou kind of vibes. Well, I wasn't going to anyway, Dammy, but for anybody in chat that is a Final Fantasy person, they've also got some really iffy depictions of mental health in the Malifaux franchise as well. That's been there since day one, I've got to admit. Anyway, so we're putting... Oh, fucking hell. This texts me back. Oh, shit. Okay, who put this in here? I've got to tell this story before I can continue now. Me and my friend at the time performed this as part of our GCSE music exam. Storytime with Squig happens every time I do a hobby stream, doesn't it? Fuck, it happens every time I stream. I just like to tell you folks stories. Yeah. So this brings back some memories. Oh, piss off, Tidders! Okay, so I'm getting my grubby fingerprints all over these lovely art cards. So, for anyone that's never seen a Kingdom Death miniature before, when you buy them as individual things, you get these lovely little cardboard boxes, which I think are made of recycled card. No, the problem is, Tidders, you're lovely. You're just a cheeky little shit. You ain't too young for a clip round the ear, though. So you get a little recycled cardboard box. I think you're lovely. With, like, line art of the... I could stand on a phone book, Tidders. I'm resourceful like that. With a line art of the miniature that lives in the box. And then you get 2 little cards normally. Need more than one. I probably would, but that's beside the point. So you get, for the first edition runs at any rate, you get this little card that proves that it's a first ed. With a little bit of artwork and your number. And you get an art card. You always get an art card with these minis, which is one of the things Spider-Man is now 19 years old. Oh my God, I am old. So yeah, they all have the same backing on them, but the front piece... You getting down, mate? Go on then. Bye-bye. Oh, just punching my camera. Yeah. So you get a little preview of the art for the character. Now, I am not going to paint her all black, because, meh, you know? Hello, psychologist. How you doing today? What I'm thinking is sort of a white or cream for her sleeves, and then maybe like a Dark Angel's green, or a wine red. So this is going to be a deeply unsettling stream for you then, hey Tidders? They are Spark. In fact, the Flower Knight is my favourite miniature, which is why I've not painted it yet. Hang on. So I've got a plastic one downstairs, but I very nearly decided to paint him on this stream. There he is. A first edition Kingdom Death Flower Knight from prior to the release of Kingdom Death Monster. He is my absolute favourite, and I've got big plans for him. But I also do not have the confidence to do them yet. I've got the bell jar knocking about for him somewhere. Yes, he's going to live in a bell jar. Because of course he is. Oh, and as Porthos has decided that he doesn't want to sit on my chair, but he also doesn't want to sit on Porthos cam, I'm gonna do that thing I do where you have to look at my face instead. Hi. Set my microphones in the way so you can come over here. That's better. I mean, you'll get a lot of white light on me when I'm painting, but meh. So, the Archivist first run is, like many of Kingdom Death's miniatures, a resin one, as you might be able to tell. And other than today, she's never been out of a box. Oh, which Infinity miniatures, Cog? I have... I keep wanting to call them Yorha, and that's not right, it's Toha. Tis not the booby game with 2B. It is the other Ha. Building intercessors. Good luck with your intercessor, psychologist. Taking her out of the box. I know. Shame on me. She just lost all her value. Oh, she really didn't. Folks that are aware of Kingdom Death will already know how absolutely horrendous they are for scalpers. Because this mini cost me $15-ish. Hey, Kian. Hey, Zatheo. How you both doing? Stamada. Toha in a bag somewhere. Yeah, that's fair, Cog. I still have some 40k stuff, and I have some Age of Sigmar stuff waiting to be shipped out when my paint comes back off a back order. But I do tend to focus more on non-GW products at this point in time. If nothing else, it gives folks on these streams a better idea of what's actually out there. Yeah, so she cost me about 15 quid, and if you tried to buy her on eBay now, she'd probably be about 30, which is fucking disgusting. Just finished a 97 Screaming Bell. Nice. He's small. Oh yeah, Cog. Slow was telling me about that. It was Slow that got me into Infinity in the first place. And I went, I really like these ones. They look really fun to paint. And Slow was just like, you don't want to buy those. Seriously, pick a different group. And I went, no, they are mine. I like them. so I'll just have to cope, I guess. So, as I've done literally nothing with this mini... Hey, Buff, how you doing? We've got a little bit of prep to do. But one of the nice things, I think, about Kingdom Death minis is that they tend to be, unless you buy the Black Friday grab bags, they tend to be reasonably tidy already. Oh, thank you for the treat for Porthos, Buff. Ready, buddy? Hey, good catch. Well done, buddy. You're a good boy. Yeah, so we probably won't need to do much. I've just got to make sure I'm careful. And if I'm careful, then we should be able to actually get some priming and painting done tonight, which is exciting. So, for newcomers to the stream, when I'm cutting things off of sprues, I have a technique that Slow taught me for building gunplicates, which is to actually just trim slightly further away from the piece than you'd normally want to, so that you can then shave that off without applying any excess pressure to the piece, so you don't, damage it. Okie doke, Tidders, that's fine. Hope everything's okay. Double snip, exactly, Cog. And it works really, really well for plastic kits, which is what gunplicates are. But I do it with everything, It's good to have do those kits, but my hands are always fiddly. Yeah, I get that. Dammy, I get that. Just gonna get a closer look at this piece, so you won't see this, but... Okay. Just want to make sure that I'm not cutting off more than I should be. So because of the quality of this resin, I can actually just use the snips for this. I'd normally use a blade. Yeah, Cog, I do want to get some god hands, but instead I have Play-Doh, which are bargain basement off-brand god hands from Wish. And you know what? They're actually really fucking good. Like, they cost me... They were part of a Gunpla Builders kit, and it cost me about a tenner. These are fucking great. These are my favourite snips ever. Right. No, that one I'm going to do with a knife just because of where it is. Because that's a really awkward position. Look at that. Okay. So this piece, I'm going to... Yeah. Because that sprue bit was... inconsequential, really. Okay, so this piece is sorted. This piece needs a little bit of a trim, and this piece needs a trim. I'm never going to be able to articulate to folks just how difficult it is doing this kind of stuff on stream, so that you can all see. There we go. Right, so you can see there's still a little bit of it left there, look. But that's okay. There we go. And I'm just going to use the edge, kind of like a razor, just to get that last little bit off on the corner there. There we go. Lovely. Let's see. Do I need to do a little bit more? I think I do. We've got a little hole there as well. So a tiny little air pocket. Can you see that? Teeny tiny air pocket. Which I'll just... I'm going to need this. Get some liquid green on. Love this stuff. Oh, not quite, Cog. Not quite. But, okay. This is definitely from the Narita Boy soundtrack, and I'm guessing it was either Modhail or RNG that requested it. Who wants to own up for that one? Hey, Mum Squig, how you doing? Thought it might have been. I see you there, RNG. It's a really fucking good track. The game is really good. I can't wait to get my copy. Of course, some of us don't have to wait, do they, RNG? You lucky bugger. Okay, I don't know if I'm going to be able to show you just how amazing this is. Let's see if I can... It's so difficult because it's such a small piece. There you go. That looks like it's in focus. Tex was having a rough day, is it? Yep. He's very small, but look at the amount of detail. Like, they've actually... Yep, she's wearing glasses. They have actually moulded the glasses onto the piece. And this is why I prefer Kingdom Death miniatures to Malifaux miniatures. But yeah, it's an absolutely gorgeous piece. Just that tiny little bit is so small. Like, look, that's my pinky nail. She's about the size of my pinky nail. Boutique quality. Yeah, exactly, Cog. I mean, I've got to admit, the newer 40k minis, now that they've gone Primaris or Primaris, however you want to say it, they've got a surprising amount of detail. I am thoroughly impressed. I did an unboxing review. Ugh, that's like super jagged, so I'm going to file that down because otherwise I'll be here all bloody night. My trusty flat army painter file. Clearly it's pronounced Prime Reese. Like the peanut butter cup. I'd hate to paint that. You see, I actually quite like painting these more complicated fiddly miniatures. I don't know why. Like, they're a pain in the arse when you get them wrong. Doing the eyes is... But there's something really satisfying about... like, for want of a better description, proper scale miniatures. Rather than, like, the heroic scale that you see in things like 40k. I think, actually, it might just be 40k is the only thing that has... Well, 40k and Age of Sigmar are the only things that are heroic scale. They are that I know of, anyway. But who knows? There's detailed and there's busy, and GW is too busy for me. Yeah, some of their miniatures are extremely busy. It feels a little bit like, is it the Belisarius Cole model? It's just like, dude, learn to edit your outfits, you know? He's just jumped in the wardrobe and put a bit of everything on, he has. Because Slow showed me that one the other day. I was just like, fucking hell, where do you start with that? You know? Okay, let's see if she'll stand up now. Nope. So she's going to need pinning. That's fine. I don't mind pinning her. But I think she's relatively flat, so as much as she may not look it. Yeah. Oh yeah, don't do what I just did. Always put your knife's cap back on when you're done. Exactly, Modale. I used to have a mate who would climb into his wardrobe and get dressed inside it and then jump out. And I get the feeling that Cole's kind of done that. Like, the AdMech's whole thing is, what if more? Yeah, a little bit. Start by kit bashing with fucking hell, psychologist. I mean, you could. I mean, I think it's a really cool mini. I just think, like Cog said, it's a very busy mini, and it is a prime example of just how fucking busy they can get. Whereas some of them are actually quite nice. Like I've got the Ripper Jackson mini is really cool. I've got her downstairs in the box that she arrived in because I haven't unboxed her and done an unboxing video yet because bad squig. I should do that at some point. Oh, that's wicked buff. Okay, so I'm thinking the best thing to do... Oh yeah, something else that 40k folks will probably have never seen before. All Kingdom Death miniatures come with a base and a base insert. So you can get Kingdom Death base inserts that have got skulls, like heads on them, which are super fucking creepy, really cool. Very much the aesthetic of the game, or you can just use the standard base insert that comes with your mini. I'm just going to use this. Hey, Seamus, how you doing? The new Be'lakor is looking pretty good to me, even if it suffers from the same kind of problem. Yeah, I do really like the new Be'lakor model. Like, Slow showed it to me and I went, oh, I mean, that's really cool. But yeah, I have no use for it, but I want it. Yeah, so I am gonna, I think, today, pin her to her base insert. I just love how dynamic the pose is as well. I mean, sure, that's just her legs and torso, but look at that. It's a lovely dynamic pose. And the motion in the cape as well. It's all very nice. It's gonna be really fun to paint. This is why I like Kingdom Death. I know a lot of folks go, Kingdom Death's really, like, it's borderline pornography. And some of the miniatures are a bit edgelordy as well. But these are the minis that I collect Kingdom Death for. Though I do also really like the pinups. I think the pinups are surprisingly tasteful. Put my mug over there for a second so I can get to my pinning box. It's also got other things in it. Now you can use basically anything for pinning. For example, paper clips. I am going to be using something from my past life as a jewellery maker. I've had a lot of weird jobs over my lifetime. Earring hooks. Or jewellery hooks, if you prefer. Oh, awesome. Thank you, psychologist. I will take a look. Edgelords and pornography are my jam. Yeah, exactly, RNG. Like, honestly, I would have painted one of the many pinups I have on stream, but I checked Twitch's policy around nudity in art, and even underbust is not acceptable viewing. So that's basically all of the pinups that I currently have out. I did not choose this. I don't know who did, but yes, it is a very good song, and Smallville is a really good show. Twitch are cowards. Yep. Lovely titters. Apparently RNG, yeah. Art is subject to the same restrictions as actual human beings on stream. Ruh-roh, where's my drill gone? Is it in my tool drawer? Please be in my tool drawer, otherwise I've lost my good drill. Oopsie. Things I should have prepared before the stream. There's another pair of tweezers, another knife, some green stuff. Uh-oh. I've lost me drill. Unless... Oh, I think I know where it is. Excuse me a second, folks. This is going to be a little bit flaily as I try not to drop anything on my paint station. There it is! Ba-ba! Okay. Have slow yell at the mini, that should also work. Yeah, it works. Will do, Dammy. Yeah, I agree, psychologists. They've at the minute that they are improving the let's see, where's the best place to put this? We want to go about there-ish, because that's the furthest from anything that's likely to break. Yeah, that they are improving it as they go along. But they've started off with no, none of it, and they'll allow things as and when it becomes relevant, I guess. Like they've recently updated it sometime last year so that people that are doing IRL streaming don't get in trouble if they're, say, at the beach and somebody walks behind them in a swimsuit. So they're upgrading it as they go along, basically. Right. Just gonna clean me drill because that was getting a bit grubby. But you can see the holes coming along quite nicely. We want it to go quite deep so that the pin's got plenty to adhere to. And the nice thing about this mini is that because it's got quite a sturdy base to start with, I can be a little bit rougher so I can get this done a bit quicker. Yeah, that's feeling good. Just gonna gently pull my drill out. And, excuse me, folks, gonna blow up her skirt. There we go. Make sure there's no crap in there. Now, the reason I use these jeweler's wires is because they are the perfect size to fit in the drill bit hole. I know, I'm terrible, aren't I, Kian? I'm a filthy bugger. Yes, they did spark. There are now exceptions in there for body painting as well, and they're updating that as they go along too. It's it's an evolving thing, and I'm not gonna begrudge them doing what keeps them safe from some very draconian legislation that's out there. So I've put some glue over the hole. I'm going to put some glue on the end of the pin. Pin goes in hole. And then we wait. Can't wait for Bayonetta 3 whenever that comes out. I'll be honest, I still haven't finished the first Bayonetta or the second Bayonetta, because I've played them both, but I was kind of bad at the first Bayonetta because I had it on Xbox. I really enjoyed it though. Yeah, exactly, Cog. Bayonetta. Oh boy. Actually, seeing as I am currently waiting for that to dry and can't really do much else until it's done, I'm going to go and have a look at that conversion. Let's have a look-see. Oh, you fucker, that's amazing! That is wicked! Hang on a minute, can I don't know if this will work. Let's find out. What could possibly go wrong? Yeah, I don't know if that's going to work for everybody. I hope it does. That's a really fucking cool conversion. Like, seriously, nice one, psychologist. Oh, that's looking good. Oh yeah, the other thing, my little tip. Gorilla Super Glue is my favourite glue to use for hobby stuff because it dries surprisingly quickly. A lot of the super glues that you get from hobby stores tend to not. And I frankly lack the patience for them. But that stuff, like, that's still got a bit of a wiggle in it, but yeah, just don't use it in your hair, that poor woman. Or skin, yeah. I will tell you now, my broken nail, which is no longer broken because it snapped off by itself, I've been gluing that together with Gorilla Super Glue since Christmas. Like once a week when the glue starts to give up the ghost because I've been like, you know, doing dishes or like having showers and it's just denatured the glue. After every shower, it's just like, right, just glue my nail back together again. And that's why you should be careful when handling knives, folks. So otherwise you'll have to super glue your nail back together until it comes to a length where you can trim it off safely. I am a moron. Do not follow my example. Yeah, agreed, Mod Hale. The hobby super glue just seemed to be sticky water. So let's the base insert's not very thick. Yeah, so let's go. Ooh. Let's go about there. It's important to hold the other end, otherwise it will just jet off into the distance and probably hit somebody in the eye. Invariably, it's me. Ta-da! We done pinned her. Hey, Hans, how you doing? Making dinner at the moment, so watching and listening on phone. Okay, well, I hope your dinner prep goes well. What are you going to have? I mean, if you're able to type, I would love to know what you're going to have, because I haven't eaten yet and I'm hungry. I think if we go for about the centre of this, that should look quite nice. Clipped wire is like a startled horse. It teleports away. A little bit, yeah. You have to be careful not to startle your clipped wires, as they have a very strong flight response. Ooh, spaghetti bolognese. Nice. I think I'm having turkey drummers tonight. We're having, like, shove in the oven food, as we normally do when I stream. So intercessors built with bolt rifles from normal intercessors look fantastic. I bet, psychologist. Oof. I'll tell you what, it may not be very thick, but it's sturdy. But then again, this is... I'm trying really hard not to snap it. Oh, this is Valhalla. Mod Hail? I'm starting to sort of figure out folks' music. Clipped wires are actually quantum objects. Nice, Dammy. I'm making you nervous, am I? Oh, it's fine. It's fine. What you can't see is that I've actually got my fingers quite far away from where I'm drilling. This ain't my first rodeo, put it that way. I've not only nearly sliced a couple of my fingers off with a chef's knife, but I've also clipped into my hand or stabbed myself with drill bits in the past. I have been blundering my way through hobbying for a little while now. Oh, cog. Ouch. I bet that were awful. Right. Still no sign of it on the other side. Ah, there we go. I spoke too soon and didn't stab myself. BRB. Gotta go put the bins out before curfew because Corona mostly comes out at night, it seems. Ah, it's like a vampire. Beautiful. That's going to work quite nice, I think. So we've got the pin. We've got the hole for the pin to go into. Need a little bit of glue. And to be less clumsy. So I'm just going to pop some glue on the bottom of her. Oh, that's got good strong fumes. They do advise you to do this in a well-ventilated room, but I don't have that luxury. So if I go a bit doolally later, you know why. There we go, and she's on her base. Ooh. For how long that lasts, we'll never know. There we go. So I did actually do too much pin look, because it's come right through, but that's okay. I'm going to leave that for a minute to dry. Hi, Squig. Yeah, exactly. Don't smell the fumes. I can't help it. This is like being in Japanese class again. My Japanese instructor, when I was at uni, she used the most solvent-heavy whiteboard markers I have ever encountered. Like, me and my mate sat right at the back of the class, and we could still smell the fumes. Pretty sure everybody that was sat up front was just high as fuck for most of the Japanese classes. Porthos starts speaking English to me. Might need to get some fresh air. I'll be fine. Oh, nice. I hope the wine is lovely, Tidders. Excuse me a second. Oh. You know what's better than looking at me from behind my microphone? Porthos! Oh, and he immediately comes over when I say his name, because he's a good boy, but also a pain in the arse. Hi, Sweet Pea. You want pets, don't you? Okay. Well, I think somebody gave you a treat. Yeah, exactly. The second the camera's on him. This is either going to work really well or it's going to look fucking terrible. We'll see. That worked. Oh, he's smiling at me. Thank you so much for the scritches, Hands, Buff, and Orangey. Oh, hey, beautiful. You know the way to melt my heart, don't you, mate? Oh, smiley boy. He's such a good boy. Thank you for the scritches, Spartan. Oh, is that a good thing, Tidders? Much better than my previous attempt. Okay, that sounds like it's a good thing. Oh, you're enjoying that, ain't you, mate? Oh, he's got such a happy little face on right now. You come up. Come on, then. I can't turn the chair round anymore. Come on. If you're coming up, come up. Come on, then. Come on, then. Come on. Look, there's a cabinet in the way. I can't move it any further. Come on. Or just look at me. Yeah, that works too. Come on, then. Porthos. Up, up. Come on. I know you want to. Come on. He's like, I know what you're asking, and I want to, but also... Yeah, Spark. He's a very popular part of the streams. Aren't you, buddy? Come on. Come on! Ugh. Come on, baby. There we go. Oh, right in my lap. So he moves. There we go. Right. That should work now. There we go. So that'll now fit nicely in its base insert. And she stood up. Ta-da! Okay. So. Next up. Got to put a little bit of glue on her neck stub. Right on the bladder, like all pets. They know where to step for maximum discomfort. Yep. Porthos's special trick is greeting new men in his life by punching them in the nuts. So we call him Podshot Porthos. Because he only does it to guys. Oh no! I'm sorry, Porthos, I'm gonna have to move you because her head just rolled right off of the table. Okay, fine. You don't have to move. I'll do all the hard work. You can stay there and receive scritches. Ha! Now to remove the dog hair. Fabulous titters. That's what I like to hear. For anybody that doesn't know about what's going on with NFTs, they are not a good thing for artists. Now that she's got a base, I can put her on here to finish assembling her, which will make it a bit easier. And will probably mean that I don't drop her head again. Yeah. NFTs are really bad for the environment, like all cryptocurrency related things. And also really bad for the IT part market, specifically graphics cards. Right. On you go. There we go. But also they basically make it really easy to steal people's art, which you don't want. I've spent most of today when I've not been working fucking blocking NFT accounts. Oh, it's a crypto thing. Ick. Yeah, exactly, Spark. I know, isn't it beautiful, Cog? And this is what pretty much every single Kingdom Death miniature I've ever bought has been like. It's just fit perfectly. I mean, I've got the 2 difficult bits left to do. But after the other night, you're going to get down, aren't you, Porthos? Yeah. Bye-bye. Back to my corner I go. Right. So. Oh yeah, the one downside. Stealing art, that reminds me I need to watch the new Lupin show. Oh yeah, the Forge World stuff can be a right pain in the arse, Cog. I've got a Necron Tombstalker, which I have yet to assemble, because every time I look at it I go, no, I can't do it. It's too scary. I need to finish watching L'Avventura Italiano, the Lupin series that came out a few years back. Is really good. Is that supposed to be there? I think that might be a defect. Dog hair stuck to my fingers now. Okay. The Night Lord Raptors are a fucking pain to build. I've only built one of them. Oh no, I built them all actually. But yeah, they can be a real pain. Right, I'm gonna preface what I'm about to do with, this blade is blunt. I could use a sharp blade. It would make it quicker and easier, but it would also result in me injuring myself. So... Oh yeah, I can imagine Cogs. Safety blades are surprisingly dangerous. And yes, Buff, Scooby-Doo has absolutely amazing music. Yeah, as you may have noticed, I don't have the best knife etiquette, but it's what works for me, I'm afraid. Hey, Rocket. I'm sorry to hear you're feeling tired. Hopefully you can just sort of chill while the stream's going and recharge your batteries a little bit. Okay, so before I do anything else, I'm going to deal with that hole. Because that shouldn't be there. I recognise this track. Oh my god, I know why I recognise it now. Who put this one on? I love the little video that goes along with this. Good choice, Cog. Okay, my liquid green stuff, as you may have guessed, is not particularly liquidy anymore, but that's okay. I'm gonna get a toothpick. And I'm gonna get some out of here, because that's more watery than the stuff in the lid. And I'm just gonna hopefully get it in the hole. But I am a shaky hobbyist in more than one way. And as a result, it may not go quite according to plan. Oops. Let's have a look-see. Nearly. Need a little more. There we go. So what I'll do is I'll wait for that to dry a little bit, and then I'll sort of brush the top with some of my very fine sandpaper, just to make sure it goes flat again. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, I was going to say, Cogs beat me to it, but if I'm not mistaken, it's a song about not wanting to get out of bed in the morning. Which is a perpetual fucking mood for me. Oh, shit. Thank you for the treat for Porthos Modhail. It speaks to me. Yeah, me too. Oh, gosh. Sorry, folks. I'm just going to go get a tissue because my nose is running again. Ugh. Oh, awesome. Feel free to share the link here, Tidders. Oh. Stupid broken meat mecha. Leaking everywhere. Right, so. Waiting for that to dry a little bit. Porthos, you cheeky little shit. He's just jumped up in the hopes of getting another treat. Okay, so. Don't know if folks can see that. Let's move her out of the way. This is her other hand. So she's got one hand attached to the book and one hand loose. Well, arm loose. But the way she's been designed, that needs to rest on the book hand. So I'm going to have to try and attach them at the same time. No pressure. Or roughly the same time at any rate, because they're going to need to sit comfortably. And this is where Kingdom Death minis can be a bit of a problem. Let's do a dry fit. I'm gonna need me tweezers for this. And preferably not on the floor. So that goes in there, I think. Okay, so she's got a little bit of excess there that shouldn't be there. And because this is such a small part, I'm gonna just use my file for it. Yeah, Cog. They tend to do it on the plastic minis when they release those, but when it comes to the resin ones, they're a bit hit and miss, I guess. Just licked my finger so that I could get the dust off. Hey, Cyborg, how you doing, friend? Worked 40 hours in 3 days. Bloody hell, mate. I think it's time for you to sit back with a cuppa and just relax for a bit, innit? And also, hello, Mumborg. I hope you're well. Okay, hopefully that should fit okay now. Oh! Tiny piece. Please don't go on the floor. Oh, you bugger. Tell you what, let's take the base off of here. And we'll put the base insert on instead. Alright, looks like we might have a slight fault on here.
Genuine enthusiasm.
Thank you very much for the follow, Pyromaniac. How are you doing today? Yeah, so there you go, look. Little fault causes big problems. There is crap where there should be an indent for her arm. So this is going to be fun. I think what I'm going to have to do, unless it's... no, it's not. Curses. Okay, I'm going to have to actually drill into her arm to make the connection for the book, which is a bit unnerving. Because I'm probably going to fuck this up, let's face it. But that's okay. I'll figure it out. If we go from here... I'm only a little nervous about this, honest. So, what I've done is I've drilled inwards a little bit, and then I'm using the ledge that I've for want of a better description, built to get to the bit of the indent that's covered with resin. That's a good idea, Cog. Oops. That could have ended in tears. It's a good job I moved my thumb fast enough. Yeah, that's going to be really awkward now. Need to go in a bit more. Oh, Porthos. Why are you suddenly so camera shy? He used to love the camera. There we go. Let's see if that's any better. I'm gonna give it a quick tidy up with my blade as well. Okay, that looks a bit better, doesn't it? Let's see if it fits better. Perfect. Well, almost. Almost perfect. Okay. I think if we actually go from where that little hole was, yeah, that might work. Okay, I think there might be a feature in Bayonetta buff that allows you to stream it like it takes out any copyrighted music. Then again, a lot of the music in Bayonetta is cover versions or remixes that are done specially for the game, so also might not be that much of an issue. Ooh, now here's a thought, folks. If I stick her arms on, I'm not going to be able to paint bits of her. I think we're going to have to sub-assembly her. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the base to store the two little bits and have a little bit of a station shuffle, and then we'll prime her. Now I'm not one of these fancy folk with an airbrush, so I will prime her with a paintbrush, just a normal paintbrush. That's okay. I mean, if I had the space and the money for an airbrush, I would own a fucking airbrush, because there are some really gorgeous paint schemes that you can do with them, and it's another technique that I'd love to learn, but alas, I'm not in a position for that kind of thing yet. One day, once we've got the electrics sorted. Guardians of the Galaxy has a stream safe option. Yeah. How do you find brush on primer? So I use, if I can find my bottle. Honestly, everything that I'd normally use for painting's just done a bloody bunk today. I use the Green Stuff World Black Primer. And I love it. I know there are issues, historically speaking, with Green Stuff World, but their primer is the best one I've come across, so I'm not really sure what to do about that. Where have my primer bottles gone? Hey, Porthos. Be right back, folks. I am smart. They were right next to me, but I couldn't see them because my shelf was hiding them. So, this is the primer I use. Matte Surface Primer from Green Stuff World. I got 2 bottles on the cheap. Hang on. It needs a shake. Ooh. There we go. It's better. I find it goes a long way as well. Is this the unopened one? Looks like it is. Good start. It's coming from you. Oops. Maybe it's not. We'll find out. No, this is definitely the open one. You can tell because it's in a mess. Oh yes. In case TechSquig hasn't been telling you folks, and seeing as I've punched my camera like 4 times this evening, I am currently doing a fundraiser to upgrade this stream setup with a proper camera, because at the moment what I've got is a webcam on a boom arm that's taped to a little base to keep it sturdy, and also to get a bigger stream deck to make running my commands a little easier. Don't worry about it, Tidders. I don't know what's gone on with PayPal. I must have missed that, but I know you've been having issues with it. But seriously, don't worry. There's no no obligation. I'm just having a crack at the shill thing, you know? Oh, hey Scarlett. Things are going okay. I hope you have a really good stream. And we may see you in a little bit. Thank you for popping your head in, friend. Okay, so oh dear, Dammy. So I'm using a Citadel standard brush for this, but you can use any paintbrush you like, really. Oh geez, there's a wait time pyromaniac? I need to have a look at that. There shouldn't be. Well, welcome to the family, as it were. I hope you have a really good time here. And yeah, I've seen them play this live once before as well. It was really good. They're such a good band live. I mean, they're such a good band in general, but you know what I mean. Awesome. Thank you, Tidders. You are the best, Modbean. They did a farewell show for a venue that they used to frequent that was closing down a couple of years ago. And it just so happened to coincide with mine and Slow's anniversary weekend, so we So we went for our anniversary, and it was fucking awesome. What on earth is this? No, it's fine. I just don't know what it is. Oh, I see, Tidders. That sucks. We were very, very lucky that we got to see them, I've got to admit. Because we were going to see them when they played at a convention near us. And we didn't end up going to the convention that year because of money issues. And Slow was fucking devastated. Because he's been a fan of theirs for a very long time. I don't know if anyone else can see that, but there is a very... God, this is weird. I mean, I love a good mashup, but that took me by surprise. There is a teeny tiny dog hair, and those tweezers are no good for getting it because they're bent. So I need my jawless tweezers. Come on, you little bugger. Oh no. I think it's stuck in the join between her head and her shoulders. Okay, new plan. I cannot remove the hair. This is the joy of having pets when you're a hobbyist. Yep, there we go. I have trimmed the dog hair so you can't see it. That's between you and me, chat, yeah? It's definitely not a dog hair stuck to this miniature. Is this the guy who mashed up Modest Mouse and Smash Mouth? Possibly? Oh, damn. Okay, I'm a big fan of Smooth. It's please don't use this against me, titters. It's one of the songs in my sing along playlist for when I'm doing housework and stuff. Um, and this is just weird. It's making my brain do weird fizzy things. Yeah, so there we go. That is basically the whole mini with some exceptions. Smooth is a good song, I will die on this hill. Yeah, exactly, it is a good song. I think it's a really good song. It's got a really nice rhythm. It's got a really good melody. It's very catchy, and you just want to dance to it sometimes, you know. And now for something completely different. I missed GW's Paint on Primer. Yeah, that's fair. I don't think I ever used it up until I found this stuff. This is where I get branded a heretic, isn't it? I did all my base coating using just standard Citadel black paint. Awesome, Hans. Well, you enjoy your coffee, and I guess I'll speak to you again soon. In a pinch, I've used matte varnish as primer. Yeah, as my mother likes to say, you got to cut your coat according to your cloth. And at the time, I hadn't got the money for primer. I'd got the money for black paint, but who's matte varnish? Very witty tidders. But yeah, that's gone on quite nice. There's a couple of areas where it will need a second coat or like a touch up, like here. Come on, there we go. But that's gone on really nice and smooth for the most part, and is one of the reasons that I basically went, as much as their lawyers really screwed the pooch on that colour shift issue, which has now been resolved. I will still go back to them for this primer because it's good. Like, look at that. That's lovely and clean, and that's just one coat. Yeah, exactly, Pyromaniac. And don't worry, the sunglasses face gets me every bloody time. When I first started, I used gesso watered down. Yeah, that works. There's, and I've said this on my streams before, there is no right way to do anything in the hobby. Like, everyone's got their own favourite paintbrush, everyone's got their own favourite paint brand, and there is more than one way to do any technique that you can think of. Like, I can't remember who it was. I saw somebody on Twitter had done non-metallic metal that looked like chrome the other day, and I was floored. Like, completely. I had to do a double take on this thing because I thought he'd just used chrome paint. It was beautiful. Really, really nice. And I retweeted it because, well, frankly, when I see something that strikes me that hard, then I'll fucking retweet it because other people need to see it. The world needs to see it. But it was absolutely gorgeous. But he didn't use the standard non-metallic metal process, and he said as much himself. So, you know, there's lots of different ways to do things. And there we go. And there is no right or wrong way. Oh my god, that's amazing, Cog. I'd love to see that. Is this the Tick theme tune? It fucking is. Good choice, whoever put this on.
Genuine enthusiasm.
Okay, so we've got our base coat. Who would do that? I wonder, Dammy. Oh, thank you very much for the follow, Leechy456. And welcome back, Tidders. Oh dear, it looks like my alert box has shat itself again, because I didn't get a noise or anything then. But Streamlabs hates me today, obviously. Must be a day ending in Y. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so we got a base coat on there. I'm actually gonna put a little bit of primer on the base as well. Which I'm gonna have to put some fresh primer on my palette because I got that wet. And there's not a lot of it left, but yeah, I love this stuff because I've had it for a year and I've base coated all but one of the minis I've painted in that time with it, and I've still got an unopened bottle. It goes forever. You don't need much of it to cover a single mini. It's really quite impressive. I don't know what I'm going to do with the base yet. Like, I feel like, because she's an archivist, she'd be indoors somewhere. So maybe I'll do like a tile effect or something. But we'll come to that later. No, it's not Pyromaniac. All you have to do is type !SR and paste a YouTube song link. Oh, geez. Thank you very much for the subscription, Blue Spark Drift. That's fucking awesome of you. Thank you so much. Yeah, Pyromaniac. If you type !SR and paste a YouTube link into a comment, Tidders has given you some jukebox tokens so that you can request whatever you like. And And you do not have to worry about copyright or anything like that, because none of the audio that's played is actually recorded. So do not be afraid of copyright. There are no rules. This is a not safe for work channel. Everybody has to agree to that when they come on board, and I'm a fucking potty mouth, so can't exactly stop you from having swearing in the songs you pick. Be very hypocritical of me. There are occasions when I might skip a song because it's a bit much for me. Or if folks in chat are being made uncomfortable by it or something like that. Thank you, Titters. Yeah, it's not safe for work, but not safe for work in a Twitch-friendly way. Dammy. Okay, so we've got a lovely primed archivist. And like I said at the beginning of the stream, I think instead of painting her all black like she is in the... watch your fucking language, indeed, Cyborg. Instead of painting her all black like she is in the art card, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint her hood and cloak in definitely not Dark Angels green. Legally distinct Dark Angels green. Twitch swears? Yes. Boobs? Nuh-uh. The fuck, there's fucking swearing on this stream? I know, right? Shocker. Yeah, so I'm going to use legally distinct angel green for her cape. And as this is the only green I own at the moment, if I'm not mistaken, it's going to be my base colour, and then I'm going to lighten it up and darken it down depending on if I need to do highlights or dark spots. Because this is how I paint. Okay, so, believe it or not, I'm going to use an army painter brush, but it's not the one you think it is, folks. It's the regiment brush. Look at me branching out and using brushes that aren't the Psycho. So, tiny bit of water, just to thin the paint down a bit. Yeah, I think green was a good choice for her cloak. You know, one of the things I love most of all about having the song request feature on so that you folks can just request what you want to listen to is that I get to listen to a combination of things I haven't listened to in fucking ages, and stuff that I've never heard of before that I end up really loving. And some weird shit too. But, like, it's nice that we get to share the jukebox with each other. Just notice the epic gargant with belly cannon in the background. Yes, yes. This was a present from Slow. Because he had quite a lot of epic when he was younger, and he was getting rid of some stuff, and he found the gargant and was just like, hey, hobby, I got a present for you. And presented me with a gargant. And it lives in my hobby box now. And one day I'm going to strip the paint off of it and paint it up. Hey, that's fine by me, Pyromaniac. Strange shit like steamed hams. Yes, like steamed hams. Yeah, if the request list is longer than my stream runs for, then unless Streamlabs shits itself again, anything from this week's stream that doesn't get played will get carried over to next week's stream. So if you're here next week, you'll still get to hear your requested songs. Though every time Streamlabs chatbot updates itself, it deletes my playlist and everybody's song requests, which is a bit annoying. Okay, here's a question for you. Should I paint her dress a different colour to her cloak? Oh yeah, go for it, Blue Spark. I've got most of the Midnight and Gunship. No, I've got all of Gunship on there. But if you request something that is already part of the standard playlist, it will bump it up the list. Because it prioritizes my viewers' requests over my main jukebox. Marmite and peanut butter, really, Cyborg? I've never been able to bring myself to try Marmite. Like the concept of it makes me uncomfortable, I guess. I hear it's quite an acquired taste. Hey, there ain't no wrong with Art Bovril. I have heard the Carpenter Brut remix of Tech Noir. I'm a big Carpenter Brut fan as well. And I'm sorry if I am a little bit behind with chat. It's surprisingly hard to keep up with it and paint at the same time. Oh yeah, Perturbator. Who one of my friends consistently misreads as Petorabo. Light grey with a greenish shoe would look good. Yeah, that's a good idea, Cog. I like that. Oh, wicked Cyborg. Next time I'm getting the Yakuza karaoke songs. Yeah, go for it. Like I said, I'm happy to listen to anything that folks want me to. Within reason. Like, we had one stream, which I'm sure some of you remember, where it got super shitposty. I was thinking a pale skin tone for her, because she's a... Well, she's a nerd, isn't she? And I can't speak for the rest of us nerd folk, but I know I certainly prefer to stay inside where the sun can't get me. throw it all away. What did I gloss over? What did I gloss over, Spartan? I'm confused and frightened now. The sun is an eldritch abomination. Yes, exactly. I like being outside, but only once every 2 days, yeah. What the fuck is an outside? Indeed. I'm really sorry, Spartan. Would you believe I didn't hear it? Or maybe I did and just didn't realise it wasn't part of the previous track, or... Wow. That's fair, Modhail. That's gonna need a little longer to dry. Okay, so she's got like a little bit of a tabard going on at the front. I'm gonna switch brushes. Oh no. I made a mistake. I cleaned the brush with my mouth instead of the water. Wow. Yeah. Excuse me while I rinse Legally Distinct Angel Green out of my gob. Gonk. There we go. Ah, yes. This is what happens when you leave your paintbrushes in your water pot for a week because you forgot about them. Pledge floor polish does taste pretty bad, yes. I'm not sure if I've told the story of how I know that one before. Yeah, I am some sort of hobbying criminal. I really am. I forget about things and cause damage as a result because I are clumsy. I think we all do it at least once, don't we, Spark? Oh no, Cog. Okie doke, Spartan. You take care, friend, and thank you for popping in today. Hope you have a good rest of your day. Yeah, just the idea of accidentally chugging kerosene makes me feel hot damn. Oops. cozying up to my microphone there. There we go. It's looking better already. I don't know if it's just me, but I do tend to find that these Army Painter paints from this set, the Grinning Gargoyle set, are really shiny, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's just sort of odd. I think I need a bit more green. I don't know if other folks in chat have got experience with Army Painter paints, actually. Kerosene, the forbidden schnapps. That's brilliant. It's like cursed vodka. Hey, Brad, how you doing? Oh, I definitely got a bit I shouldn't have then. There we go. After... This is a third thin coat. We're finally starting to get a bit more of a uniform colour. I honestly wish I could paint a bit faster. Like, I watch people really like smash out a load of minis over the course of an evening, and it takes me usually it takes me about 4 streams to paint something when I finally get going. So like 8 hours. But I guess at the same time, that's because I tend to take my time. Yeah, definitely cog. And I know how to do those things. I just like when it comes to washing stuff, I prefer to do it. I either make my own washes, as it were, or I go for a layered color approach instead of using a wash. And I know a wash should be quicker, but I kind of find the layered color approach kind of relaxing. That's fair enough, Cog. Like I said earlier, there's lots of different ways to do it. There's no right or wrong way. I would like to be faster, and there are ways that I could speed up, but I like my methods, and as a result, I ain't quick. Doing bad. Found out one of my friends. Oh gosh, Brad, I'm so sorry to hear that, friend. Oh. I wish I could, like, reach through the screen and give you a big hug right now, Brad. That sounds absolutely fucking terrible. Ever experimented with oil paints, washes? Oh, okay. I've never tried using oil paints for miniatures. No. I'll give it a punt. I think I've still got some knocking about from my dad's stuff. Um, hmm. But yeah, that sounds fun. I might give it a go sometime. I did say this year I want to learn new techniques, so there we go. Got a lovely lush green now. I mean, I say that. They used to make me wear that colour at school and I hated it, but I've grown to appreciate it as I've gotten older. Oh, I'm sorry to hear your Wi-Fi was hiccupy buff. I hope it's settled down now. Hands, do not worry about it. It takes me ages to make a coffee in the morning because I just get so easily distracted by everything. Welcome back. As long as you have a layer of varnish protecting your previous work, you can undo almost anything with odorless thinner. Nice. That sounds like a really good way to experiment with stuff then. Thank you for that, Modhell. Definitely have to give that a go. Heh. I really like this track. So, one area I've not done is that tiny crevice there. This might be a bit difficult to do on stream, but I'm going to try. Oh, no. Did it! Haha! Success! Guess it's time to reinstall New Vegas. I should really give it another go sometime. Like, I loved Fallout 3. I played it obsessively. It was actually one of the first shooters I ever played, if I'm not mistaken. Like, first modern style shooter anyway. Not counting things like Resident Evil and the House of the Dead. Especially not counting the House of the Dead, because I played that in an arcade. But when I tried to play New Vegas, it didn't really gel well with my playstyle, because I wandered off, refused to do the story, and got immediately murdered by a Deathclaw. Because I am very much like the oatmeal comic, like the card from Exploding Kittens by the Oatmeal says. I'm very much a strap a butterfly to your genitals and see which direction it takes you in kind of person. When it comes to RPs. Have I done any reading? Any specific reading or just in general, Buff? Use MIG washes through an airbrush. Neat! I wish Fallout 3 worked on Steam. Does it not? Oh, that sucks. Guess I won't be playing that anytime soon then. Oh, I got some on a butt. Oopsie. We can fix that later. Yeah, I think we're about there with the green now. Just need to make sure I've caught the edges in. Like there. There we go. We've got a little bit there where it's been missed. That's looking good though. Oh, that's a shame, Pyromaniac. I mean, I'd still do it, but New Vegas is a bugger with environmental railroading. Yeah, that was what I found when I played it. Any kind of reading. So I tend to listen to audiobooks rather than actually reading, because then I can do other things like walk Porthos at the same time. Hey, Grox, how you doing, friend? Just gonna try and do the inside of her hood without getting it all over her face. But I've been listening to Voidstalker. Is this what I think it is? It fucking is! It's fucking Bardcore Rah Rah Rasputin. This is fucking awesome. Not only a really good track, although completely inaccurate where Rasputin's concerned. But fucking Bardcore version, that's awesome. I think I got a bit of green on her face. Yeah, I did. Shit. Ah, well. Oh, Grox. I hope your tooth's all sorted now, though. What time is it? Oh, shit, it's 8 o'clock. I had not even realised what time it was. Fuck. I think 2 hours is okay for that, considering I've not been just sitting here painting. Time flies when you're having fun. It really does. Like, this has flown by a lot quicker than building that fucking Malifaux mini did. Oh, yeah, that hours thing is weird RNG, just ignore that bit. But you've got plenty of jukebox tokens. Cool, thanks for letting me know, Buff. We've got a few people we can choose from tonight, I think. Yeah, let me try and... No, I can't get more light on her because she's so dark. But I'll just tilt her. So there she is. Beginnings of the Archivist. She's got a lovely green cape. And we'll go for like a nice grey or like a slate colour for her main outfit with cream accents. Okay, let's have a look-see. Because I had a cunning plan. Okay. So, fellow streamer and also fellow IT nerd friend of mine, DMAC, has started streaming recently and was possibly going to be streaming tonight, but he's had a really rough day, so it looks like he's not streaming. But I don't know, folks. What do you think? Do you want to raid Duke or do you want to raid Scarlet today? Flip a coin. Could do. Mix it up and raid Scarlet. Yeah, that seems like a solid plan. Let's go to the ending screen. Oh, RNG, that's wicked. Nice one. What the fuck? TechSquig, why are you telling everyone there's a raffle? There is no raffle today. Has it been doing that all stream? Catch. Okay, cool. So it's not been doing the it's not been doing the timer to tell you that there's a prize. Fair enough. That's good. Phew, I didn't break it. But now you all know what the prize for Friday is going to be. Friday's raffle prize will be a copy of Neo Cab. Anyway, I want to say a massive thank you to everyone that's come along today, and hello and thank you to my new followers and new subscriber. Thank you to the lovely folks that have resubscribed as well. I really do appreciate the fact that you folks keep coming back. Still not quite sure why, but I appreciate that you do it. Thank you to Tidders, as always, for being a fucking brilliant mod. And thank you to everyone else too. Like, seriously. Oh, motherfucker. My raiding Scarlet button is broken. Chris's... I'm gonna have to do it manually.
Oh, this is just ridiculous.
Ta-da! Right. I hate having to do things manually. Mostly because I can't spell. There we go. There we go. Okay, so massive thank you to everyone that's come along today. Thank you for chatting. Thank you for signal boosting. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for following. Thank you for just being here. Seriously. You folks fucking rock. I will be back on Friday playing Valhalla. And then on Sunday playing Sam and Max Season 2. And we're going to go raid Scarlet in a sec. But before we do, I want you lovely folks to take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. And wash your fucking hands. Now, go say hi to Scarlet, but I think she's doing Vampire the Masquerade, so be quiet. You behave yourselves now, okay? And don't wash hands, wash your hands with a D. I already had a shower. Okay, yeah, so you behave yourselves for Scarlet, okay? Bye, everybody.